Miva always dreamed of living a life full of purpose and achievement. But like many, she struggled with procrastination and moments of doubt. One day, she realized that waiting for motivation was never enough. Success demanded discipline, so she made a decision to wake up every morning at dawn, regardless of how tired she felt. It wasn't easy. Some mornings, she wanted to stay in bed. Other days, distractions called her name, but she kept showing up. Slowly, this habit became part of her daily rhythm. The harder moments became easier with time, as if her self-discipline was a muscle growing stronger every day. Through this journey, Miva discovered that self-discipline isn't about perfection, but about consistency. It's the quiet determination to do what's necessary, even when feelings say otherwise. She understood that success didn't care about how she felt. It only responded to her actions. This small, persistent effort reshaped her life, laying a foundation for everything else to build on. Self-discipline was no longer a chore. It was her secret weapon. As Miva's routine strengthened, she realized that her mind was either her greatest ally or her worst enemy. Often she caught herself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "this is too hard." But she remembered the stories of people who succeeded not because they were perfect, but because they refused to quit. Miva began to shift her thinking. Instead of fearing failure, she saw it as a teacher. Instead of comparing herself to others, she measured progress by how far she had come. This new mindset felt like a shield, protecting her from doubt and negativity. With a strong mindset, Miva learned to replace limiting beliefs with empowering words. When challenges arose, she reminded herself, "I'll figure it out." And that simple phrase gave her courage to take action. The change wasn't overnight, but gradually she noticed a deeper confidence growing inside. She was becoming someone who owned her journey, who embraced responsibility and refused to let her past or fears control her future. This mental shift became the foundation for lasting success. Miva understood that motivation was fleeting, but consistency was key. She didn't have to do everything at once or make giant leaps every day. Instead, she focused on small, repeatable actions, 10 minutes of reading, 15 minutes of exercise, saving a little money here and there. These tiny steps, when repeated daily, began to accumulate into big changes. She saw her goals not as distant dreams, but as natural outcomes of her habits. At first, it was tempting to skip days or get distracted by the ease of comfort. But Miva reminded herself that the path to success was a marathon, not a sprint. Each consistent effort built momentum, like drops of water slowly carving a river through stone. Her life began to shift in ways she hadn't imagined. More energy, more focus, and more hope. Miva realized that success wasn't about luck or talent, but about showing up every day, even when no one was watching. Consistency was the quiet force behind every achievement. Despite her growing discipline and mindset, Miva learned that patience was essential. Change doesn't happen overnight, and sometimes progress is invisible. When frustration crept in, she practiced gratitude, appreciating every small win and lesson along the way. She wrote daily notes thanking herself for the effort she was putting in and for the opportunities she had. This simple act of gratitude softened her journey and kept her motivated. Patience allowed Miva to trust the process. She accepted that setbacks were part of growth and that every struggle was shaping her into a stronger person. Instead of rushing for instant results, she found peace in knowing that steady progress would eventually lead to lasting transformation. Gratitude and patience became her companions, reminding her that her efforts were never wasted and that the best version of herself was worth the wait. Miva's life wasn't perfect, but it was changing, one habit at a time. She wasn't waiting for a magical moment. She was creating it through daily choices. Self-discipline gave her strength. A strong mindset gave her resilience. Consistency built her foundation, and gratitude, with patience, made the journey joyful. Every day she decided to keep going, to be better than yesterday, and to trust in her own power. Her message to others was simple: you have everything you need inside you right now. Change your habits. Change your life. It's not about doing everything perfectly or quickly, but about taking one step today and another tomorrow. When you commit to this, the best version of yourself begins to emerge. Miva's journey was just beginning. And so could yours. Together, with discipline, mindset, consistency, gratitude, and patience, you can create the life you deserve.